Welcome to the Selling in the Motor Trade podcast, in association with symcotraining. This is the weekly podcast where we share best practice, tips and ideas on how to sell more cars, improve your service department, and generally put more profit into your dealership or dealer group. I'm your host, Simon Bowkett. Now, some of you probably already know me as Skippy. I want to start by saying thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Selling in the Motor Trade. At the moment, we're right in the middle of our series about mastering the 4 different customer types. Now, if you've come right in here and you're new to the podcast, listen, we've got over 160 different episodes for you to go and have a look at. But if this bit here, the title got your attention, I urge you to go back and look at the first one in this little part. It's mastering the 4 customer types. We talk about these psychometric profiles and where they come from, the history, and what really drives people. You probably really need to start there, because today we're just going to be talking about one, and that's the expressives, or the yellows on some of the tests you've done, or at symcotraining, we call them the puppy dogs. Now, firstly, why do you think we call these people the puppy dogs? The socializer, some of these psychometric companies call them, okay? Well, listen, with the puppy dogs, what's a puppy dog actually looking for? You're right, the attention, the pat on the back. So here's some of the character traits that customer might display. The expressive, they're assertive and responsive to people. They're reactive and impulsive. Their decisions are sometimes almost spontaneous, almost intuitive. They place more importance on the relationships than the task. They'll buy you as a salesperson first, more than the product sometimes. They're emotionally very, very expressive. These people can sometimes be dramatic, flexible agenda. They suffer from a short attention span. Now, I'm one of these, so I know that myself. Definitely a short attention span. Easily loved, enthusiastic, tend to have strong persuasive skills, very talkative, gregarious, optimistic, take risks, and can be very, very creative. So these are the yellows. These are the expressives there, okay? These people, again, there's so many tests out there from Myers-Briggs and Discus and whichever one you've done, okay? But let's identify the customer when they first walk in. Now, the puppy dogs, do they tend to walk fast or slow? Tend to be fast, okay? Their conversations, direct and to the point, or more wishy-washy? Actually, they tend to be a little bit more wishy-washy, okay? The puppy dog, someone might almost introduce themselves to you. Hi, how are you? I'm Simon, and this is Emma, and we want to have a look at the blah, 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 okay? These people here, their dress, they tend to be sharp, but sometimes a bit more flashy, okay? It might be more about the labels, because remember, they're looking for the attention, okay? If it comes down to suits or a watch, and I'll use that example of all of these, actually. It's quite a good example, I think. It's got nothing to do with money, but it's a mindset. Actually, the lion, he might want the Savile Row suit. No one else knows what it is, but he knows it's one of the best you can get. But the puppy dog, he wants the Hugo Boss suit, the Versace suit. He might be the person to say, is it hot in here or is it just me? And they open up their suit with the label there. In fact, I worked with one guy, an extreme puppy dog. He used to say, yeah, it's hot in here. He'd take his suit off, turn it inside out with the label of the badge there. Oh, I've got a good friend of mine, an extreme puppy dog. He's actually been on the show. This guy here, he'll shake my hands. He'll always pick up the tie, turn it around to see what brand of tie it is. Okay. If it's watches, the lion, they might want that AP watch, if you know your watches, okay, they might want a Patek Philippe watch, a Breguet, or something that maybe not everyone else knows, but hey, they know it's one of the best you can get. Whereas the puppy dog, They want the Rolex watch. They want the Pepsi Cola or whatever they call it, the Hulk watch. Okay. They want to know that that's the person that is that the time here, or and they're pointing their time out there somehow. Makes these people sound shallow, and I'm one of them, so I can pick on myself here. Okay. But they're looking for that attention. Okay. So these people here, the puppy dogs, how do we sell to them? You know what? The puppy dog, you got to make them feel special. Your puppy dog is the person that wants that car with the, I don't know, the ceramic brakes on it. Not because they want the extra stopping power on it. It's just because they've got the blue calipers on it. When they park the car up, it looks so much better with those blue calipers. Okay. It's the image of it that floats these people boats more. Make them feel special. If you had a business owner who's clearly a puppy dog, you might turn around and say, hey, how did you get started? Oh, Simon, let me tell you, when we started, we just had one transit van. This was all fields. And they want to tell you about the struggle, what they went through. Okay. The puppy dog. Okay. Again, it's the attention they're looking for. Puppy dog, do you think they're easy or hard to sell to? You know what? Overall, the puppy dog can be easy, but they take time. You see, the puppy dog is the customer comes in on a busy Saturday morning. You got customers everywhere, and they introduce themselves to you. Hi, how are you? I'm Simon and Emma, and we want to have a look at the Hyundai Tucson because, we're going down to Cornwall. Have you been down there this time of year? Oh, you should go. It's lovely. All the tourists aren't there. Anyway, we're going down there, and this car passed us. Oh, he was doing some speed, mind. Oh, I don't know how he didn't get caught with those speed cameras. Anyway, I was going down there, and I said to my wife, that's the new Honda. She said it's not. I said it is. She said it's not. I said it's got a H on the back of it. You know what, Mr. Salesforce? Oh, we had to chase that car. Oh, it took a while because the speed was doing. Anyway, I got up beyond it. There was a H on it, but it wasn't the Honda. Guess what it was? And you think, shut the fuck up and let me get on with it. But if you cut the puppy dog off, how do they feel? Unloved. Okay, because the puppy dog, they could be easy, but they take time. Puppy dogs also have another trait. They suffer from buyer's remorse. They'll buy the car, they'll be happy. That's the person that looks at that See It Now video 18 times after they bought the car to make sure it's right. Have I done the right thing? Even when it's in their driveway, they're still not sure. They have more of the people that fall out of bed afterwards than, those and the mouse, to be fair, because they're unsure. They're looking for that reassurance all the time, the love, the attention. With a puppy dog, I always say to a salesperson, continue to sell after they've bought it. The sale after the sale is so important to these people. And the sale after the sale is where they bought it, it's theirs, and they're more likely to agree with everything that you've talked about because they've got to feel special. So with these puppy dogs, some of the things I want you to remember, metaphorically, pat these people. Okay, so seek opinions in areas that you wish to develop and achieve mutual understanding. Hey, Mr. Puppy Dog, what do you think on that? How does that one work? Okay, you see the child sit in the back of the car. You should be saying, oh, boy or girl, what age? Oh, congratulations. Do you know who the father is? Maybe I've gone too far there, but you should talk about their children because they'll be proud of their children. Okay, and you want to acknowledge, sorry, that's a silly thing to say. The parents in the room, we're all proud of our children, okay? But actually, the puppy dog, acknowledge their children. Make sure you do. The puppy dog turns up with a real dog, okay? That thing's really important to them, okay? Make a fuss about that dog. Keep summarizing with these puppy dogs because they have a very short attention span. You need to work out specifics on a point of an agreement because they tend to wander all over the time. They tend to be blah-doo-doo. In fact, my son last night said to me, Dad, how does your brain work sometimes? You're all over the place because they get an idea and go, oh, let's go and do this. Oh, let's go and do that there. Your customers are exactly the same. So try short, fast, moving experience stories. Mental ownership questions work brilliantly for the puppy dog, okay? Hey, Mr. Puppy Dog, you said you travel to Edinburgh regularly to see in-laws. How long does it take you to get to Edinburgh? when they say, oh, about 3.5 hours, in their mind, they're driving to Edinburgh. They're off to see the in-laws. That bitch. I'll be in my lovely new car. Said I'd never be good enough for a daughter. I'll show her. That whole mental ownership thing is kicking in there. Okay. Make sure you pin these people down, but let's do it in a friendly way. And also, these people tend to be very, very optimistic people. Okay. So discuss the future as well as the present of the now. Now, let's have a look at a closing question. Okay. With the closing question, you might want to try an alternative close for these puppy dogs there. Make them feel special, okay? So, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, that Taycan, the 4S, the one that's got the X, the Y, the Z on it, you said you wanted, okay? Make them picture themselves driving the car too. I know, their local golf course, or the next time they're going down to Cornwall or the business meeting. Do all that stuff. Reiterate them using the car. Okay, mental ownership questions work well. But then the closing question, a great alternative close. Now, Mr. Customer, that Taycan 4S is going to work at 100,000. The current market value in your car is 20,000, which is an 80,000 balance. That works out at X amount over the 36 months or Y amount over the 48. So, Mr. Puppy Dog, did you want to do that over the 36 months, or is it more comfortable for you over the 48? Hey, Mr. Puppy Dog, did you want to order that car in the iridescent snowflake? Well, that dog really red. Okay, no, that's not a new color I think Porsche's coming up with. Okay, but it's just two choices. You don't care which one it is. Because you see, the puppy dog feels like they're in control still. Okay, so you might try one of those. Oh, when it comes to they want to go and think about it. The one I use for that objection. Now, again, there's lots of different objections, and we talk about this on our Road to Sale training course, okay? But we might turn around and say, sure, I understand that, Mr. Puppy Dog. Buying a car is a big decision and shouldn't be taken lightly. Here's my business card. My only days off are every second Thursday. If not, I'm pretty much here all the time. Something so they think they're leaving. And then we might turn around and say, hey, but Mr. Puppy Dog, I'd hate to think you leave here. You get to the traffic lights. You turn around to one another. And you say, you know what? If only he'd done such and such, we would have gone ahead with that. If only he'd done X, Y, Z, we would have gone ahead with that. Just so you don't have to have that conversation. While you're here, what would that such and such be? Anyway, that about does it for the puppy dog. Next time, we're going to talk about the mouse. These are the customers that are the greens or the amiables. Okay. And again, we're going to talk about how to identify that specific type of customer, and importantly, how to deal with them, how to ask for the business, and the objection handling with them. And I'll see you then. That just leaves me to say that all details of this episode and other episodes on the selling in the motor trade can be found on our website, symcotraining.co.uk. Go there to get a copy of our book, Words That Sell Cars. Go there to sign up to a free trial of our Sales Fitness online sales training program. Easiest way to get hold of me is Simon Bowkett through LinkedIn. Thank you.